All right, time for another episode of Atomic Diecast. And today I chose to cover Hot Wheels 72 Stingray Convertible. Third generation vets have always appealed to me, and that's probably because my dad had one. He had a 1980 model for many years. They got that long snout, the rearward flowing lines. It makes this body style, I think, is one of Chevrolet's best, but again, that's just to my eyes. But I'll get into the cars later. First, let me talk about the Hot Wheels rendition. Mattel has cast dozens of vets over the years, many of which were third generations. They had the blown gas monkey garage cars. They had the original Corvette Stingray design they released in 1976. To my knowledge, though, this is the first generation or the first third generation convertible. Say that 5 times real quick. And in case you aren't aware of what a third gen vet is, it's basically the body style that spanned 1968 to 1982. This 72 Stingray convertible came out from Mattel in 2023. It was done first in Target Blue, which is shown here. And then that same year, they did it in a pewter metallic gray. I think they called it pewter, but it really, to me, looked more like a medium gray. The interiors were chromed plastic. The bases were body matched on color, which is somewhat unique. And those were again in plastic. And the first year cars, being 2023, came with 5 SP wheels. In 2024, they did 2 more colors. They did a white and a red. And for whatever reason, they chose to fit those with retro 5 slots, which I really like a lot. These, again, are the 5 SPs. The 5th version came out this year, being 2025. It's a beautiful gold. The only problem with it is they put it into a multi-pack. And I don't have that one yet, and to be honest, I may not get it. I hate multi-packs. You get like 1 or 2 cars that are good, and the rest are these bizarre fantasy castings or cars I'd have no interest in. So I may pick that up on eBay if somebody takes a multi-pack apart and sells the Corvette separately. The paint on this one is damn good. The metallic blue is even. There's no paint bubbles or blotches. Mattel detailed the rear lights and license plate, which reads BHIU313. I doubt that has any significance, but if it does, please drop the answer in the comments section. The round taillights, you won't be able to notice it from this. They aren't perfectly centered, but you have to really eyeball them to notice this. There are also side vent tampos under the Stingray and Hot Wheels logo on the front quarter panels. And by now you're probably wondering, why are the lights popped up? It kind of ruins the lines of the car, right? Well, there's a good reason for that. Hot Wheels, and I don't know if they've ever done this before. If they have, I'm not aware of it. They added a translucent circle to the bottom of the car, which is embossed like the Corvette emblem. And if you shine a light through it, the headlights light up. So the front lights are connected to this little translucent disc that's in the bottom of the base. Just make sure you do it in a dark room, otherwise they'll appear really faint. The casting number on this is HKG60. It weighs 26 grams. That's light, but this doesn't have a roof, so I'm not surprised it's under 30 grams. And the back of the card reads, "Cruise along the coast to feel the wind and enjoy a healthy dose of speed in this head-turning convertible that's based on Hot Wheels designer's very own car." And I had to look it up, but that designer is Brian Benedict. In the interest of time, I'm not going to do a full review of third-generation vets. There's a ton of stuff out there on them. I will, however, mention the powertrains used, and sadly, those powertrains moved from 1968 to 1982 with decreasing output. 68 came with a 327 small block at either 300 or 350 horse. They also offered a 427 that year that spanned anywhere from 390 to 435 horse, depending on the cam, the inductions, the heads, and so forth. In 1970, the 427 was gone. They had the 454. Power was down to 390 horse. The 350 small block was still 300 horsepower, which wasn't bad, although you could upgrade to a 370 horse version, and that got pretty close to the 454 output, which is like only 20 more. And after that, the EPA forced emission standards on the industry, and the power really began to bleed. The 1970s, particularly from like 73 on was not good for muscle cars. It got so bad in 1975, the 350 and the Corvette churned out a laughable 165 horsepower. The 454 was gone in 1975. They did have an LT1 block that made 205 horsepower, but again, that wasn't much, and that's the most you could get from the factory in 75. And by the time the third gen ended in 1982, the L83 small block was up to 205 horse. That's still not very good. Okay, we'll get on to the roll test next. Before I even send this down the track, I'm going to predict a terrible performance. And looking at this car, there is an enormous amount of side play in the front wheels, and they don't roll that great. I don't know if they're pinched too tight or not, but we'll see. Maybe it'll surprise me, but I doubt it. Here goes number one. Little past two. Roll number two. Just gets to two. And the last one. Past two. So, not good, but it did a little better than I thought, as bad as the wheels are in terms of the wheel shake that they've got and end play. So that's it for today's episode. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll do this again soon.